part of the fun of events like this is finding the unexpected. And when you come to a big car show like this, you never expect to see a super clean, perfectly restored Packard. But what's even more unexpected is to find a Packard with a late model GM LS3 under the hood. You'd think I'm full of crap. Well, Dave here brought this car out. This is for real, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. It took me about a year to build it like this, but it's a pretty unique car. I wanted to do something that kept the originality to it, but still have something you get out and perform on the highway.
All right, so the Packard Crowd is a whole nother world. These guys generally want perfect, all original, and
yes, they do. I'm not too well liked, I'm sure, but we tried to run the car with the original engine in it and we was always having overheating problems and things like that to run it on everyday 60 and 70 mile an hour per hour trips, so I got messing with it and I thought, well, it'd be kind of neat to have something where they didn't know what it was until I pulled up alongside of them and then took off.
Well, tell me a little bit about the original engine. Now, I'm going to guess it was a straight 8 flathead?
This was what they called, this Packard was called the Super 8 touring car. And this Packard had a flathead 8, okay, and it had a 3-speed on-the-floor transmission. And the unique thing about the car was it had a lot of updated things to it. So we decided just to leave it the way it was on the outside and just change the inside of the car. But we put the LS3 V8 in there with the 65 transmission, electronic 65 transmission, and it's a brand new engine. And I took it over and had Competition Cam redo it a little bit, and with the changes in the computer and everything, it puts out about 560 horse at 6,500 RPMs.
Nice. That should be enough to get this big sled moving.
Yes, it does. It kind of, if it didn't have so much weight, I'm sure it would smoke the tires quite a bit. But I've tore the motor mounts out of it once already.
Well, tell me about the rest of the car, like the brake system and the suspension.
Well, the unique thing about it is I had a fellow that's an expert at putting front ends underneath these cars, and he puts a Dodge Dakota truck front end underneath them. It fits perfectly underneath the car. And he put that underneath there for me, built my motor mounts, and we put a 9-inch Ford rear end underneath it. It's got original interior in it, and then I had the gauges custom made. And I had them put Packard inside of the gauges, so it makes it all look all original. When you look at the dash, you wouldn't know any different, because I had the center of it gold-plated, so it matched the brass that it used to be.
Nice. Well, you did a phenomenal job on this car. It's outstanding. And you say you're the fourth owner. It looks like this might be something that Mr. Leno might want to get his hands on.
Well, it was kind of interesting. Some of the people down at the Turkey Run, I found out, was looking at it from the Barrett Jackson group. And we're just not ready to get rid of it yet. So.
Too much fun driving it?
Too much fun. It's nothing to take her 300 or 400 mile drive in. I mean, it's just like sitting in your living room. Air conditioning. I got vintage air, the best one and the biggest one they had for it. Cools it down, and my grandkids love it in the back seat.
And I'll bet you probably don't get that bad of gas mileage.
23 miles to the gallon.
Awesome.
Yeah. Now, if you don't keep your foot out of it,
yeah,
but sometimes you have to get up there where some kid will come up alongside of you and have to show him who's dad yet. But it'll jump. It will jump.